Tonight, a tender moment for a Utah family as they welcomed home a World War II prisoner of war 81 years after his death.
The remains arrived at the airport in a dignified transfer just a short time ago. News specialist Shara Park now join us with the story.
Good evening, everyone. It was a very special moment here at the Salt Lake International Airport as the remains of Army Air Force technician 5th grade Ballard Yeates returned to Utah today with a full military escort. Yeates, who grew up in Millville, Utah, joined the Army in 1941 and was sent to the Philippines. In 1942, when the U.S. surrendered the Bhutan Peninsula during World War II, he was one of 75,000 Filipino and American soldiers taken prisoner by the Japanese and subject to brutal treatment, including the Bhutan Death March, which was a 65-mile march to the POW camps with very little food or water. Yeates passed away in one of those camps on July 29, 1942, due to sickness. And in 1949, a burial service was held in Millville, Utah. But then in 2023, the family received a call that his remains were positively identified among other POWs that had been recovered by the U.S., thanks to new testing done by the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency.
When they called and told us that they had identified his remains, I shrieked into the phone. I cried a little, cried quite a lot, actually. And everyone that I called had the same reaction, unbelief. So somehow, you know, that family connection is always there.
Today, about a dozen family members gathered at the airport for the arrival of these remains. They tell me that none of them actually knew their uncle personally, but they knew his story and of his sacrifice. They say having his remains correctly identified and returned home brings them closure.
When I looked at that casket and realized that he was there within touching distance, which we had never had him, it was a glorious moment.
Another service for Sergeant Yeates will be held this weekend at the Millville City Cemetery. The family tells me they're grateful for the opportunity to once again bring the family together and honor this wonderful man. Shara Park, KSL 5 News.